Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and today we're going to be having a look at my Tamiya 35170 German Panther, Panzerkampfwagen 5, Panther AUSG SDKFZ 171 through version, which is here in front of us. Now, Tamiya actually do three Panthers, or three base Panthers anyway. There's quite a lot of variants off the actual base kits. Some of you might be familiar with the 35065, which is one that I've built already, which was originally produced in 1978 and originally had a motorised compartment in it as well. So that's the earlier version. This was the mid version. This one was produced originally in 1993, had new parts in 94, 03, 08, a new box in 2010 and new parts in 2012. This is probably going to be the later of them all because it's a new it was a bought new. The other Panther you can get is this one here, which is the most up-to-date main version, which is 35345, which was originally produced in 2015. So that's the most modern one. Price-wise, the 35065 you can pick up for less than £15 normally. This one goes for about 30, and this one is a little bit more expensive, around about 35 new. I have actually done a done a video with this before where I've actually compared all three together. So if you're kind of interested to look at that, to look at some of the slight differences between these three kits, there will be a link somewhere around about here at the end of the video where you can go and have a look to that. So this is a standard what's in a box. This is number 285. So if you want to get access to all the other what's in the boxes we've done, you need to click the subscribe button, or there will be another link in the description box at the bottom of the video. So let's get on with this anyway. Obviously some of the parts are off the sprue because I've actually had these off for the comparison vid, which I did about a year ago now, I think it was. This box art depicts this with the Zimmerit paste on it. That is something that is not evident on the actual kit, but there are instructions provided, Zimmerit coating, on how you can reproduce that using Tamiya products. Obviously there are other ways to do that now that you may or may not be aware of. I know I'm not anyway. So parts wise, we have our main body hull. So let's have a look at the top. We've got some decent detail here. We've got an opening engine hatch, which wasn't available on the one that I've done, the what the hell was it, the 35065. You've also got a removable vent here. We've got two crew hatches at the front. We can see we've got rivets. We've got seams where the armour plates are put together. We have a whole bunch of mounting points for tools and accessories along both sides. Finish is smooth, there's no real sort of texture to it at all. This one has these nice little running boards above the running gear, which is not evident on the 35065 because it needed ventilation for the motor, I assume. So that's a good improvement over that one, which we pointed out. We've got a whole load of detail on the bottom here, little access points for various things, and we've got some detail on the sides as well. This is our turret, our main piece of the turret, and you can see the difference between where the armour plates are put together. You have an access point here for our commander's cupola. Gun's going to fit in the back, and there's obviously going to be something going on the rear here also. This is the rear of the actual vehicle, so that's where our exhausts are going to go. A few access points. That's about it really. So let's have a look at one of the sprues. So we've got part of the barrel here. The other part of the barrel is here, but I've actually got that off the sprue. There's our gun breech by the look of it. There's our rear portion of our turret with a crew access point. There's the base of the turret. There we have the mantlet, commander's cupola. Got a hatch here. There's another part of the cupola going around there. Got a little grab handle. I'm going to put this over there. You get two of these towing hitches. There's one here and there's one here. There's the armour skirts. We can see where the skirts join and where they're attached. Obviously, some people might want to bend and cut these apart. No real evidence of... Well, there is some evidence of foundry marks on the mantlet there. That's a little cover that goes on the rear. There's our figure's arm, in case you're wondering where he is. There he is. So this is a sort of mid-90s Tamiya figure, so better than the 70s and 80s ones, but not as good as some of the more modern versions from Tamiya and other manufacturers. We have the jack here. Got an access hatch. Quite nice detail on the hinges. We've got the forward crew compartment hatches. What we got here? We've got some tools. We've got a hammer, a couple of lights. I forget what that's called. That's for actually putting, for resting the barrel on. Got some headphones for our figure. I think these are going to be the little racks that's the oh no, they're them there. They're the little racks that the spare tracks are attached to. It's part of our running gear. That's a gun cleaning case. Looks like a wrench of some sort. Some sort of box here. A variety of smaller parts. I think those are storage canisters to go on the rear of the turret. And we have two sprues that are identical. This contains all our running wheels, drive sprockets, etc. There's a few other small bits on here. Got an exhaust. And all the pins for the road wheels. Road wheels are quite nicely detailed. Don't really seem to have changed that much from these ones though. So we've got two sprues that look like that. And we have a spare black sprue here, which has got a whole load of single tracks on it. And these are spares to go on the rear. Love them or hate them. We have our fake rubber plasticized tracks. They look quite well detailed though. They look quite sturdy. Hopefully I won't have to put them together with staples like I did on the other Panther I've done. They seem to go together quite easily. We get one little decal sheet. It hasn't really got anything particularly interesting on it apart from a load of numbers. It's got one unit insignia on it, but I can't really make out what that is. And we get a sheet showing us our camouflage pattern. Obviously a lot of these are field camoed, so you don't really have to follow the exact camouflage pattern on them. They are just there for guidance in colours and general shapes, I suppose you could say, which is kind of good. Let's have a quick look at the instructions. So let's read about the Panther. Because of its many advanced and innovative features, the World War II German Panzer V, known as the Panther tank, is still considered by many ordnance experts as a weaponry masterpiece. The development of the Panther came about due to the successes generated by the Russian T-34, which has become a serious threat to the German forces during the mid-part of the conflict. Mass production of the Panther began during the spring of 1943, and with its sophisticated mechanics and powerful Type 42 L70 70mm main gun, the Panther tank demonstrated its formidable strength during frontline action shortly after its introduction. Several improvements were suggested following its initial employment, resulting in the Panther Type G, which began to appear in spring 1944. Major improvements consisted of additional side armour slope and angles and simplified assembly refinements for mass production. The power plant of the Type G Panther was a Maybach HL230P30 V12 water-cooled engine producing 700 horsepower. The power plant was mated to an improved transmission in order to eliminate gear malfunctions found on some earlier models. An innovative torsion bar suspension system and compound road wheels enabled superb off-road running ability. Major contractors MAN, Daimler-Benz and MNH all tooled up to manufacture the Panther Type G version during the latter part of the war, and these three produced 3,740 out of a total of 6,000 units produced by all firms. Let's have a quick nose through the instructions. Nice and simple. Section 1, underneath of the hull, putting on the rear plate. Section 2, looking at road wheels. Section 3 and 4, we're going to start putting the road wheels on. Section 5, more road wheels and the exhaust on the rear. Section 6, we've got some small parts to put on the rear. Section 7, storage containers for the back. Section 7, some small periscopes and hatches. Driver's hatches and radio operator's hatch for the front. Section 8, upper hull parts, so we've got a load of accessories to go on here, including our ball mounted machine gun. Section 9, we're going to attach the upper hull to the lower hull. And it's telling us how to actually deal with our tracks. Section 10, a whole load more accessories going on, lamps, towing hitches, etc. Section 11, more hatches, more small accessories. We're going to put a load more of our tools on as well. Section 12, this is the side skirts that we're going to start making. In section 13, we're putting the side skirts on, as well as one of our towing cables. Another towing cable on the other side skirts to go on the other side. Number 14, the breech of the gun. Number 15, attaching the loading breech to the turret. Commander's cupola. More turret assembly in section 16. Barrel assembly in section 17. Turret machine gun and a few other parts on section 18. And then detailing our figure up. Sticking the turret on. And we're ready to go. Paint it, something like that. Hopefully not in black and white. So there we go. There's a quick little look at the Tamiya 35170, the mid-production of the Tamiya ranges for the Panthers. There is a build series, incidentally, that you can have a look at on the channel for this, where I experimented with doing camouflage with Play-Doh. Yeah, I did it with Play-Doh. And obviously you can have a look for the other kit comparison for the three of these put together, which I did about a year ago. There should be a link coming up for that very shortly, just about here. And there's a link to all the other 135 kit reviews in the description bar at the bottom. So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll be back with something interesting to look at tomorrow. As for now, be seeing you.